Hello everyone. How are you? I hope you all are fine. Today I am going to teach you a new English story that is Tiger at the Door. Tiger at the Door. Three boys, Rusty, Popat, and Pitambar, were on a nature trek in Chakrata. The boys were walking through an area with oaks, pines, and groves of bamboo when Rusty felt that they were being followed. There was no one to be seen, but every now and then a twig crackled, or there was a soft thud like a heavy animal's footfall. There was a strange smell in the air, the smell of a feline predator, the same smell you get from the cage of the big cats in a zoo. I think we are being stalked by a tiger or a leopard, whispered Rusty. Let's stay together. Let's go back, said Popat nervously. It's behind us, not in front of us. Should we run? Asked Pitamba. No, don't run, said Rusty. Then it will know we are scared and it will come after us. Just walk normally as though we are not bothered. Easier said than done, replied Popper, doing his best not to break into a run. They rounded a bend and could see the Mandali rest house in the clearing below. We are nearly there, said Rusty. The rest house was deserted. There was no sign of caretaker or an occupant. All the doors were closed. Is anyone there? Shouted Pitambar. Rusty and Popat took up the call, but there was no reply. Only a band of monkeys chattered excitedly in the surrounding trees. We can't just wait out here in the open, said Rusty, and we are too tired to walk further today. We have no choice but to break in. This wasn't difficult. There was a lock on the front door, but they went around to the back and got in by breaking a pane of glass and unbolting in the bathroom door. The forest rest house was full of doors and windows, no fastened securely. There was really nothing to secure except some basic furniture. Just then, Popat, standing at one of the windows, exclaimed, Look, Rusty, it's there near the boundary wall and it's looking this way. A massive tiger was standing in the clearing, looking fixedly in the direction of the bungalow. It had almost caught up with them. It has been following us, said Rusty, trying to panic. Make sure the doors and windows are bolted. The window's bolt was a bit loose, but they secured it as well as they could and hoped for the best. The front door was, of course, locked from the outside. They ran to the other window and looked out. The tiger was still there, a little closer now. We left the back door open, screamed Popat. They ran to the bathroom door and shut it. Now the kitchen, said Rusty. The kitchen window was wide open, and outside, barely 100 feet away, stood the tiger. Or was it another tiger? It certainly looked bigger, more ferocious it was. Popat, frightened, it faced at window, bared its teeth in a snarl, then let out a roar that made the door and windows rattle. They slammed the window shut, bolted it, and ran to the bedroom. The window there was closed. They could hear the tiger growling and making all sorts of dinner time noises outside. Then it was silent. A few moments later, there was a thud, thud, thud on the front door as the beast tried to force its way in. Poppet crawled under a bed. Pitambar and Rusty rushed to the front door. They saw the door shaking every time it received a blow from the tiger's heavy paw. They went to the window and peered through the glass. All they could see was the tiger's tail swishing as it pounded the door. Just then, they heard a loud bang, a gunshot. The tiger left the door and sped across the clearing. They saw a man emerge from the trees and fire a second shot at the retreating animal. The tiger disappeared into the forest. and the boys cheered as the man approached. It was the local forest guard returning after a visit to the nearest village. Thank you, students, for listening this story. I hope you all enjoy this story. The moral of the story is always be patient. Students, please listen this story carefully and read it 2 or 3 times for the better understanding. Thank you and bye.